family, you'll feel better. When you're raising another man's child, that's mental illness.
Have you ever tried to do that?
That's crazy.
I've done that.
Oh, you've done. Okay, speaking
I've
from
done
experience.
it.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
it's mental illness. It's really one of the worst things you could do.
Raising another man's child is mental illness.
It's mental illness.
Explain.
Because
please.
you're raising something that don't belong to you. That's some horrible shit to pretend. That's like a gay man who wants to be a woman or a woman who wants to be a man. You're pretending to be something that's not natural. And nobody talks about it in our community. Men think that's what they should do. And you know what happens? Financial fucking debt. And then when your money is out, the pressure that's on you, the stress, you end up dying early. And you out of here. And don't nobody give a fuck. And the kids will love you, yeah, if you're a good person. But there's not stress. You ever notice that you can be a stepfather and the dad, the birth father ain't shit, but they still love that motherfucker like he paid the rent.
Right.
It's still an
Groceries in the house.
It's still emotional
they still show
attachment.
love to dad.
Because that's their daddy.
Exactly.
No matter what.
Why should you go through that? Have your own family. You'll feel better. When you're raising another man's child, that's mental illness.
Have you ever tried to do that?
That's crazy.
I've done that.
Oh, you've done. Okay, speaking
I've
from
done it.
experience. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
it's mental illness. It's really one of the worst things you can do.
Raising another man's child is mental illness.
It's mental illness.
Explain.
Because
please.
you're raising something that don't belong to you. That's some horrible shit to pretend. That's like a gay man who wants to be a woman or a woman who wants to be a man. You're pretending to be something that's not natural. And nobody.
And we gonna cut it off right there, man. And we gonna jump into this, man. Mental illness, okay? Is raising another man's child considered to be a mental illness? Is there any truth to this, man? How y'all feel about it? Do anybody want to jump in there and get the subject going? What's going on? How y'all feeling about that? Shout out my boy TK Kirkland. You know what I'm saying? He listen. Listen, this shit had a lot of shock value to it, but some of that shit was making sense. Keep it a buck. But I'm gonna ask my panel. Y'all want to jump in there and get something going? What's up, y'all?
I'm raising a child that ain't mine.
Ooh. So he's saying basically you sick. That's what he's saying. You going through mental illness, man.
Somewhat, but
So you admit to it. Hold on, fuck all that. So you saying somewhat, so you admit to it.
I feel like only with that situation, the way he talking about, but my situation ain't. Because I feel like I'm stepping up because I was there since day one. Even though it's not mine, I was there since day one. Taking care of them, and I had kids by the same woman, you know what I'm saying? Me and that woman is no longer together. But I still take care of that child because it was like my practice run. It was the first child I ever took care of, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on.
That's a practice.
I gotta break this shit down. So basically what you're saying is, because when you say shit like that, you gotta give context. You know what I'm saying? I want to be careful, you know what I'm saying, about how I say this, because I understand there's people that you love, you know what I'm saying, it part of the situation.
Right.
So basically what you're saying is, before you had a kid, you helped raise somebody's kid before you eventually started having kids with this person.
Yeah.
Even so, therefore, you grew so attached that even though y'all broke up and you do have biological kids with this person, you still accept that child as your own, even though it is not.
Right.
That's mental illness, bro.
Oh, no.
That's mental illness.
Yeah,
that's
but
sick.
he don't got
Rubber
no
bomb.
He couldn't
Rubber
wait for
bomb.
that.
That's
You know what I'm
sick.
saying?
That's sick, bro.
My boy said the
That's
test
sick,
run.
bro.
You know what
That's
I'm
sick.
saying?
Yeah, the test run is crazy.
But she was, you know what I'm saying? The father never was around, you know what I'm saying?
I respect that, but that's crazy. Like I don't. That's, you know what I'm saying. That's let me bring it in. I'm saying that's crazy for me. You know what I'm saying? Because if I put myself in your shoes, and then maybe it could be because I'm a petty nigga.
But I let him
you know
know
what I'm saying?
that I'm not his real dad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you, to this day, you still taking care of that child though? You still, like let's say, hypothetically, like Easter coming up. Like, so to this day, you would still get that baby,
a basket
and all? Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I'm not, no disrespect.
Right.
Because you my nigga. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect.
Right.
So I'm not judging you. I'm just saying the way I process shit, and in my mind, to me that's crazy.
Right.
Because I would think that since you not with me no more, it's just certain benefits you can't have. You know what I'm saying? It's just shit that don't come with the package no more because you're not with me no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then before we move on, I gotta ask you a question. Is that the only person you have kids with?
Yes.
Okay. So do you believe that she would do the same for you?
What? Take care of my other kids?
Take care of a kid that's not hers. Do you believe she
Yes.
would do the same thing?
Yes.
Respectfully. Big bro, before I jump into the comments, is there anything you want to say?
Nah.
But how do you feel about it though?
He's
Do you
still-
feel like it's some type of would you have to be sick? Do you feel like, you know what I mean, raising another kid? Do you feel like it can even be considered mental illness?
Just going off what Cuz just explained to you, I don't think that's a mental illness. He's messing with a female, and she already had a kid. They built the love, they had a love for each other.
Right.
Then they have kids on their own, and so he still look at that child, and plus that father's not even around, and he still look at that child as his.
But
think
I
that's-
don't
think that's a
look
mental
at the
illness.
child as mine. I just take care of him as a stepdad because, and I let him know that I'm not his real father.
Yeah,
So he
of course.
knows he's not my
He
real
know that. We know he know that.
So that's what I'm saying. So
But you still stepped up and wasn't a problem.
stepped up
I
to
don't-
take
I don't
care
think
of
that's a-
him.
I don't think that's
I
a
don't,
mental
I
illness,
don't,
bro.
I don't be like, son, come here. I be like, yo, Trey. I just get him what he needs.
But at any point, because he also said in the video that it's not natural. So at any point, do the shit feel like you be going against the grain in the whole situation? Either?
No, it's not natural if you willing to take care of the kid to be with the woman. I didn't take care of the kid to be the woman. I stood up for the kid because the kid didn't have no father, and it was my first goal.
That's a real nigga. Drop a bomb. That's a real nigga. That's a real nigga right there.
And I watched them be born and everything. Like
That's real nigga. And again, no disrespect. Just me personally.
It's not a mental illness.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not saying. I'm
Like,
not
if I
saying
date
it's
another
mental-
woman that got
I'm
kids,
saying, but
I'm
it is something though. It's not a mental illness, but it is something though.
It's
And it's a
dumb.
conversation we don't. You said what?
it's dumb
Why is it dumb?
because I'm willing to lose something for something that's not mine for the next man's thing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't understand. You gotta come a little bit different with that one, because I didn't understand that at all.
Because I know that that's not my child, and I'm still willing to take care of that child.
Right.
That's like me believing that that's my child, and that's not my child. I should not be taking care of it, but I stood up to take care of it.
Because you ain't had nobody else.
Like, if
else
I
to
date a
take
woman-
care of him.
like, if I date a
you
woman-
only did it out of because the father wasn't there.
Right.
You didn't do it because you was pandering and you were trying to have a good look on just with
Right,
the girl.
because I
Wasn't
realized
that.
he ain't had no father.
Right. You just had a good heart.
Hold on though.
You just had a good
but,
heart.
But hold on though. But hold on though. But hold on though. But hold on though. Because this is where I gotta add this shit in here. You was with the lady, so you got it like you really ain't had no choice.
I met her when she was pregnant.
Right. So
Right.
so when you saying a nigga like he did it because he had a good heart, you kind of did it because you was in a relationship.
Well, yeah.
Niggas got good hearts. I'm not taking care of nobody's kid. It's not mine. I got a great heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's father. It's still it's fatherless kids out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can have a great heart. So let's just, you know what I'm saying, just keep it 100 right there. You did it because you was with that lady and y'all was together, and that's just what it was at the time.
Right.
You know what I
But he
mean?
didn't-
Not to
but
put a stamp
he
on
wasn't
your life, but
pandering though. He didn't do it like I'm gonna do this so she could like me more. He wasn't doing it out of that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying yes. I'm saying
Because-
yes, he was by
Because
default.
the first couple of years,
I'm saying he was doing that by default.
Absolutely.
Because if you met her and
Absolutely.
you knew she was pregnant, all of that shit is by
Right.
default.
Absolutely.
I mean, you still being with her while she,
Right.
even the fact you fucking with her and she pregnant, you feel me? That's all that shit by default.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
that
It's-
goes back
I
to
mean,
the next video to white men date down. That's considered dating down when you date another woman that's already pregnant and have kids. That's dating down.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
you know what I'm saying?
That's real shit.
Men always stay down. We gonna hold shit down regardless because you coming into my life.
I like that energy, Kool-Aid.
I ain't coming to hers.
I like that energy, Kool-Aid. Let's read some of these comments and get it going. Y'all having fun in the comments. Listen, y'all, share this shit again. You know what I'm saying? And lean on the like button. Let me get some love so I can be in that algorithm, y'all. Y'all know we fucking with y'all. Shout out Big Neek Latrice. She said, being a step parent is settling. Drop up. We fucking with you. I hear you on that shit.
Trolling.
I don't think she trolling.
She trolling.
She said being a step parent is settling. Shout out Derek Lick. He said, I can't agree with this. Honestly, it's your connection with said child. Like all my ex's kids love me and still have respect for me. We hear you. He also said, bro said the practice. That shit was crazy. The practice room was crazy. You feel me? Shout out Joanna Rodriguez. We see you. Shout out my girl on the check-in. Shout out JoJo. She said, shout out JoJo. You feel me? You know what I mean? Yeah, I see what's going on now. Mental illness is crazy. Disagree. Why do you disagree though? Derek Lick said he diabolical for that comment. What do you mean? Neek said, laugh my ass off, candid. Listen, man, I'm just being authentic up here. She also said, I would say he's a stand-up guy, LOL. Derek said, but the kids are innocent, like now paying rent and shit after y'all break up, you? Now that would be mental illness. I see what you're trying to say. After you break up, you still, like buying an Easter outfit, like buying an Easter, this is what I'm saying.
Who buying the Easter outfit?
But what I'm saying, I just asked him, would he Easter coming? Would he buy that kid
but I
an
also
Easter
do
outfit?
everything. I'm on his school records. I'm on everything. His doctor's records. Everything.
We hear you, man. It's just getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah,
Shout out Derek Lickers. He said, stand up guy. Letitia
it's
said,
me.
I love my dad, period, and he loved us like his own. So this hit home. Letitia, tell us in the comments. Did you grow up with a stepfather? Did somebody come in and father you? Let us know your experiences in the comments before we move on to the next subject. Derek said, facts. I like his train of thought. Nah, Kool-Aid a real one. Neek said, taking on someone else's responsibility is a lot. Drop a bomb. That's a whole lot of. That ain't just a lot. That's a whole lot of. Letitia said, definitely not mental illness though. JoJo said he had a choice. She also said he knew he was helping that. He knew he was helping that real shit. Derek said, big facts. That's real talk. Shout out Bianca Camacho on the check-in. Shout out Letty. We see you. You feel me? Letty in the house. Sorry, I'm late. You not late. You right on time. For family. You understand what I'm saying? We love you, girl. But listen, opening that floor back up though. You feel me? Because it's a lot of mixed families out here. And this is a conversation we don't have. This is the first time I'm actually having this conversation with somebody. That's why the video kind of fucked me up because we don't talk about that shit. Like if your man's end up a stepdad, we don't talk about it. Like, period. We just know, oh, you with her, she got kids, woo woo. We don't never talk about this shit.
Man,
you know
I had a stepdad more than I had a real dad.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's definitely something in the black community I feel like we need to address. And to JoJo, we gotta address this too. It's only one person that can leave these long ass comments, okay? And that's Letty. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta duke it out in the comments to see who's gonna be able to drop these paragraphs. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
You got two? You got two?
Are you serious?
Hold on.
Are you serious? Tony, read that.
I'm not reading it.
Tony, read that.
I'm not doing it.
Two-time reading. Why you don't want to read it for?
I'm illiterate.
Why you don't want to read it for?
I'm illiterate.
Why you don't want to read it for? Read
I cannot read
comments, man.
I don't read novels.
I guess this is my show. Thank you, man. These comments long as fuck. I got asthma, man. But I'm going to read it in sake of this show just for being respectful. And we're going to throw it up there. Long as shit. Long as shit. It involves selflessness. You're giving your time, energy, love, and resources to help raise a child who may not be biologically yours, often filling a gap left by loss, neglect, or hardship. It benefits society, providing a stable home for a child who can drastically change their future. That ripple effect of care and stability is socially valuable. It shows emotional strength It takes resilience and emotional intelligence to bond with and nurture a child you didn't bring into the world, especially if there's trauma or complexity involved. You dead the fuck wrong. We know you smart. We know you can talk well. We niggas here are high and drunk, man. Straight ebonics, man. Get to the ebonics, Joe. Come on. Let me read this second one. It's not rooted in dysfunction or delusion. Mental illness typically involves patterns of thought, emotions, or behaviors that cause distress or impair daily life. Stepping in to care for a child is typically grounded in empathy, responsibility, and love, not pathology. It's often rational and intentional. People make thoughtful decisions to raise others' children for many reasons. Family bonds, moral convictions, or even cultural obligations. That said, it can come with heavy emotional challenges. And those challenges shouldn't be minimized, but those challenges don't make the act itself pathological. They make it brave. On God, you out of line.
Yo,
on my mama. Shout out Bianca.
Bianca stamped that.
Yeah, stamped that shit, man. Jesus, that is crazy. Sorry, too much to read, honestly. Hell yeah. That shit crazy, man. You wildin'. You done threw me out my whole loop, man. You done threw me out my whole zone, man. She talking about, come on, read it. Man, we're done. Shout out Letitia. Yeah, you got them cracking up at me and shit, man. Not that bad. I should be on the show. You gotta holler at Tony for that, man. Shout out Letitia, man. Derek said, it's the narrator voice for me. Boys sound like Morgan Freeman. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all.
Great storyteller.
Listen, you know, when it's written well, I can read it well. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the comments, man. But again, I thought this was super interesting, man. And I just gotta honestly say myself, not that it's mental sickness, but it is something to that. And it should be something said along the lines of that, because it's not natural. Raising somebody else's kid not natural.
The way they be doing
Even,
it though, like to get the woman to raise them and just picking a kid to raise them.
These is all facts. And then even these is all facts, man. And even like, just think about it like this.
It's like this kid
This is not your kid, but you gotta discipline this kid. The first time you even said something to this kid, that shit wasn't easy or smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's not easy and smooth for anybody. I put it like this.
It's easy and smooth for my own kid, because you gonna shut the fuck up and you gonna do what I tell you to.
But imagine how many people that's, I wouldn't say blood, but real close to you, that you might do anything or probably even die for.
But
that's not blood.
I'm not raising them.
But you still would do it. I'm willing to do that for that child, and I gotta do is my sacrifice and blood is just raising. So
you willing to
do that? You know what come with raising something? Do you know what?
Are you willing to do that with anybody? You willing to do that with any girl that have a kid?
No. That's what makes you. That's what makes it an illness.
That's the question.
That's what makes it an illness. Because I was trying to say earlier, like I wouldn't take care of no woman if I
shit Kool-Aid.
Kids.
Talking, bro.
Come on, we got the mystery color right now. We don't know what flavor this is right now.
We don't know.
I ain't gonna do that right there.
Listen, man. Shout out Bianca. She said, I gotta get back on the show. It's your show. You in the intro. You already on the show. Whenever you ready, just pull up. We in here. Shout out JoJo. She said crying, not 2 times. Bianca said how it's not natural. Because when I tell my kid to shut the fuck up, they gonna shut the fuck up. If I tell your kid to shut the fuck up, the kid might tense up, look at me crazy, and even come tell what I just said, instead of just following protocol. You understand what I'm saying? It's not.
But that's somebody else's big ass kid that's gonna do that.
That's not my kid. This is what we saying. It's not my kid. That ain't my kid.
Yo, he wants you to have an illness so bad.
No, I don't want you to have an
But if
illness.
you was if you was
we
born
just
that
keep it
baby,
in the butt.
if that baby was born into your hands, then you was going.
That's different. But what if you go get it with a girl right now and she got
No,
a 10
I
year
wouldn't even do that.
So you wouldn't date a woman with kids?
Yes, I would, but I'm not taking care of them kids.
Right.
Where they daddy at? What's wrong
Right.
with you?
So you wouldn't marry a woman with kids? You wouldn't build a life with a woman with kids?
Why you being
Yes.
extra?
Because it's impossible.
Why are you being extra,
It's
bro?
impossible.
Yes, I would.
The shit he's saying is impossible.
'Cause it's-
what's impossible?
It's not impossible because you're the man. It's your world, bro.
bro. What I'm saying
you
is,
not
if you
living
date a
under
woman,
nobody but
if you
you.
date a woman with kids right now, and that end up being your forever person, and y'all move in and y'all live together, them kids is moving in with you.
They moving out too. What you talking about? They moving out too.
Drop the bomb.
Talk your
That's
shit,
the
Kool-Aid.
one. Yo, that's the one.
That was the break point right there. That was the break point right there. That was the break
That's
point
gonna be
right
on
there.
TikTok. That's gonna be on TikTok. Shout out Nick Latrice. She said holding on to the kids after the breakup is just as crazy as people co-parenting a dog. Drop a bomb. Listen, man. Holding on to the kids after a breakup is nasty work.
is.
Bianca said, if my man in my kid's life as a step-up dad, then even if we break up, they still his kids.
Whoa, what? Hold on.
She said as a
comment
stepdad, as a stepdad. So that means
You
that
missed
the
the comment.
that means
I
that
ain't
the
missed no
father, that
comment.
means the man agreed. If
You
he-
read that one?
Stepdad
Yeah.
means that the man agreed.
Yeah.
A
She also-
simp is a person that didn't agree to be a stepdad.
She also said, depends how long you've been together. Respectfully. Come on.
Oh, shit, I've been with that woman for 10
Nah.
years. I was with that woman for 10
Not
years.
another
I'm not
one.
reading that shit.
Oh, and
Respectfully.
another one.
Respectfully, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. Respectfully. Shout out Latasha Cavendish.
That's your
We
sister,
see you,
though.
sis. What's going
What's your
on? She said, I hate him. We see you, big sis. What's going on, man? Make sure you hit that. When you hit the share button, you know we love you and shit. Letitia said, my dad whooped us, punished us, and loved us. Respectfully, as a real man should. As a real man should. Listen, we not going to stay on this too long, you know what I'm saying? We going to jump in and out and jump out of this. JoJo, stop putting them long-ass comments in the joint, man. They're going to get skipped every time. Every time moving forward, man. We letting you know. But listen, let's jump into our next video. We got a couple more good ones before we get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? We know y'all got shit to do. We know y'all got shit to do. Let's jump into this video and let's